You got a lot going on within music, outside of music. Like you really doing a lot. And I first wanted to start off asking you, like, how did you even get into the music industry? Because I know you've been in the game for a long time.
Man, I've been doing this shit for so long. It ain't even like we in no music industry, man. We just been working for so long and we responsible for so many other people' success without like forcing it. Just genuinely like being around new artists that y'all listen to today. They came up around us, you know. So it ain't really like we ain't in no industry. We got our own industry based.
That makes sense because at this point, like, it ain't even like you move to your own beat. Cause
Yeah, I ain't under no label. None. I'm signed to Empire Distribution. I got a distribution deal through Empire, and I'm real close with Ghazi, and I support everything Empire do, and they support everything I do.
okay, and now we got that album coming. Call Me GT.
Yes, sir.
What can we expect on that? Is it like a? Would you say it's like
That
a
shit
turn?
just really like all the music that I've been doing in the last couple months. Like I ain't took no break since I dropped my last CD, so it's just like showing the growth. No, like it's just continuing to show the growth.
Okay. Um, what are I know you got like this crazy thing. The craziest thing I saw was that you did the Detroit coloring book,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, yeah. That shit was just some shit that was like I was just watching my son coloring some shit one day, and then I was just thinking of like all the people who came out of Detroit, and some people that people don't know, you know, who don't get their recognition or their flowers while they were still here, and I just decided to put, you know, a book of appreciation. That's what I call it. Just for everybody that's in that book, they did something for Detroit in their own little way.
mhm.
It's just not that book not all the way like put together the way I wanted it to be, but it was a start, and I believe in just trying, you know,
Yeah.
and that shit it worked.
And it's interesting you say that because I know you're speaking about like people who you feel as though they don't get their just due, and many people, including yourself, you probably might say it that you don't get your just due either.
I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool, man. I don't be chasing no light and nothing. Like I'm in it for longevity. Like I make music. I want it to last like 10 years from now. I
Mm,
don't want it to be like no right now shit. I don't really care about what's going on. I ain't no for the moment type person, you know.
yeah. Would you say like during your whole recording process, are you sitting on music that didn't even make the album, but it's still like
Hell
album?
yeah, hell yeah. This album is like I put a whole bunch of music in a pot. So like in 3 months after this CD, I got another one I'm gonna hit them with, or another EP probably in another couple weeks after that one, just to keep them on their toes.
Hmm. I know you like we said you move to your own accord, but do you feel pressure to continuously put out music?
No, hell no. See, I got a lot of brothers that's in the game, so I feed off their energy also, like Babyface Ray, Ice Rare Vezo, Peasy, Rio, the Young OG, Mike. Them all my brothers, so they working. I ain't gotta flood the market with music. Like it's good to spread it out and let people hear each of us and let people hear all of us for real. Spread it out. We can all last a long time by doing it.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about Detroit is that unity. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
has it always been that way?
No, hell no. It took a minute to get like this, man. It just took a lot of people to notice what they was missing out on or notice what we missed out on for so many years, and then they just wanted to, cut that part out.
Going back though, so I guess like your beginning with music, um,
Yeah.
what got you started with music to begin with?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been doing music since I was like 11 years old. This nigga named DJ Earl and DJ Vince. These niggas from my hood, they used to have the studio in the basement and shit. I used to just go down that bitch and just work every day. I wasn't taking it serious, but when I got a little older, me and Babyface Ray and Peasy and all of us, we used to stay in the studio, bro. We used to stay working every day, dog. We had our own little shit going back in the day, man.
Hmm. And it's crazy because y'all still all together. The unity still there.
No, for real, we still all together now. Us, yeah, it always been like that with us. We always been unified and always made each other push each other to do more. But the city, yeah, it's just not getting to that level where everybody is working with each other, everybody comfortable with each other. It's cool, man. Ain't no bad vibes, for real.
Okay. Are there any ventures that you got going on outside of music, like other than the coloring book? I'm pretty sure you're working on other stuff.
Man, I got so much shit going, like merch, motherfucking this bag called Sack Packs, like a man bag slash. It's unisex. It ain't really for man only. Well, I got a lot of shit going on. I just did a song with Burner, man, and Tunde, an artist from the United Kingdom. They got a CD
Mhm.
coming out March 20th. It's a real big CD for Manchester. And we reaching another side of the globe. I'm always grateful for that.
Shit, that's beautiful. Man. Looking at your cover art, who did this design?
His name Nashant. Ego Dead on IG, man. Somebody I met. Look, man, this goes out to all the artists out here, man. Before you start getting a big head and thinking that you're too arrogant to respond to your DMs, man, pay attention to your DMs. It's a lot of producers and a lot of graphic designers that's willing to work with you for free, man. A little bit of nothing, man, to build their name up. And they it start with them believing in you, so you should believe in them because they wouldn't even hit you up if they didn't feel like you was actually somebody, you know.
Hmm.
So shit, yeah, that's how I met him, bro. Like IG, man, that shit play a big part in people's careers, man.
Yeah, a lot of artists they don't have that like humble spirit to like even like check for their DMs and stuff.
And I know, dog. I be seeing that shit. Sometimes I be wanting to say some shit, but that ain't my place, man. Everybody ain't that. That just be because niggas wasn't popular and shit when they was young, man. These new popular niggas, man, this shit weird, man. These niggas ain't had no clout when they was young, man. It's hard for them to step in the shoes of a nigga who popping right now. They don't know what to do. They just like confused, so they do a bunch of fuck shit, man. They look bad, man. But
Yeah.
we been popping forever, our whole life, man. So none of this shit is new. So you can't act like you somebody. I've been around the richest people in the world, and they still treat everybody with the same respect. So
Mm.
gotta
And
tighten up out here. You rap niggas better tighten up, man. We still in Clio, man. We still in Clio, man. Like the dope game, man. We still in you rappers Clio, man.
hey, let them
Don't want
know.
to be nice to your fans and shit. You want to be standoffish. We open arms over here, man.
Exactly. That's how it should be for real. Shoot.
Man, I feel like you wouldn't be nobody without some your listeners and shit, man. People who believe in you, dog. People be forgetting that shit. That small little piece, that shit played the biggest part of somebody's career. Because if you ain't got no listeners, then what the fuck is you actually going to the studio for? Doing this
Exactly.
shit for no fucking reason. If you ain't got no fans and people who love you for this shit.
Hmm. So what was your goal with getting into music? I know you love music, but like is there like an ultimate like plateau that you want to meet?
What, like you talk about as far as a person?
Yeah, like do you have like this goal that's like, all right, once I get to that point, it's like, all right, I'm
I
satisfied.
just really want. I really want to have a real conversation with Eminem, and I
Hmm.
really want to let him know how much talent in Detroit that I can't even say he overlooked because he is a superstar. He is big, and they don't get to like it sounds strange, but they really don't get to see us like they should. You know, like they don't get to see us because they so on. Like I don't expect Drake to be seeing our music unless somebody really in his ear all day, every day. That is like Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want Drake to know, Eminem, Jay-Z, all of them to know like about this small market in Detroit that was hated at one point in time, that grew to be the people's champ. Like everybody love Detroit now. They love the tempo, they love the beats, they run into that shit. It was a time where that shit was garbage. Everybody was like, man, don't even play that shit. Like that shit sound stupid. Don't it's off beat. Like
Yeah.
it was so much bullshit with Detroit rap music, man. About 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
It's just interesting, like, staying the course over time and just seeing it like really come back full circle to be like successful like it should have been.
Yeah, dog, that shit crazy, man. It's going up right now. They noticing that like a lot of shit come from Detroit. They noticing it now.
Hmm. Going back to you growing up in Detroit, what was like some artists that you were listening to?
Man, Street Lords, Cheddar Boys, shit like that. Rock Bottom, man. I was only listening to street gutter shit. Niggas that I knew that was out here doing the same shit that they was rapping about.
And I guess
Like
like,
Icewood was my favorite rapper.
hmm,
Hold
and I
on,
guess that oh, okay.
bro.
And I guess that music that you were listening to, it carries over to your music because you keep that
Hell
same
yeah.
authenticity.
Hell yeah. Hey, bro. Hey, the rappers from back in our time, the rappers who was going crazy in the 1990s and the 2000s in Detroit, they birthed all this new shit right now. If it wasn't for them, nobody even be thinking about none of this shit, man. They went stupid hard, man. Like our older cats, our generation before us, they show niggas how to ball out, man. Them niggas was real ballers, man. For real. Rap, not no rap money either. Real street millionaires, multi-millionaires off rap, man. I mean, off the streets that killed the rap game, man.
Hmm.
You ain't never know about Street Lords. They had everybody on a motherfucking CD, dog. Birdman, Memphis Bleak, State Property, the whole State Property. Man, they had go to Platinum Masterpiece, Street Lords, Platinum Masterpiece, and look at the CD cover and look at all the features, man. That's some multi-million-dollar budget that they had. There ain't no motherfucking label come put that shit down for them.
It's crazy. Just making a way by themselves.
Really, dog, street money paying for this shit. No cap. You
Hmm.
see that shit?
That shit crazy.
Shit stupid. They had the locks on that bitch. Everybody, man.
Dang, everything.
Niggas, yeah, no cap. Niggas had Dame Dash and them on that shit. Shit like that. Like crazy shit, man.
It's just crazy. And that's the craziest thing about hip hop history to me. I feel like street lords and a group of other people, they can easily be overlooked, even though they played this significant ass part in the storyline.
I mean, that's just because it wasn't no internet back then. It wasn't no social media. So if you wasn't around it, then you ain't see it. You get what I'm saying? If you wasn't from here, then you ain't see it. Word traveled a little slower. Like, I bet you any amount of money, if them niggas was the same niggas in 2021 balling the way they was balling back then, everybody you know who the fuck they is. They be fucking with every rapper. Every rapper would be in Detroit trying to drive these niggas' cars, get on these niggas' yachts, all that shit. Be on these niggas' private jets. Like, they was doing that type of shit, bro.
Shit crazy. Now it's crazy, like that bridge of like how they did it, and then now we got you, Babyface Ray, and everybody. Y'all got your own wave doing it how y'all do it, and it's just gonna be beautiful to see how that torch is passed.
Yeah, we just mixed it, man. We just mixed what we learned from them and with the new shit about not being scared to give somebody a chance, man. Like, it's so many young niggas out this bitch that's sweet. They just they either rapping in a badass studio, they rapping on some low quality beats in a low quality studio. They full potential can't be, it can't be brung out until they get around niggas like me, Babyface Ray Peasy, our engineer Smurf. Like, niggas need that extra push. Like, niggas need to be around that shit to take it really serious. To be around somebody who make money off music, even though that wasn't the main goal for us. We never did this shit to make no money, and I guess that's probably why God is blessing us to make money off music, because we did it for the love.
Mm-hmm.
And a
Hey,
lot of niggas need to start doing it for the love again. Like, when the love was here for this shit, it was different. The music was different. A lot of niggas, it wasn't played out. Like, a lot of shit wasn't played out so fast because it was a nigga real blood, sweat, and tears. Like, I'm giving this shit all I got. I want to be this. Then when people got to that level, they just stopped. Like, I don't understand that shit. Like, you stop the grind. Like, you don't be hungry no more as you was. Like, you got to stay hungry even when you get there.
yeah. And I think that's what, like, I guess that's what keeps your hunger going, because you ain't really in this shit for no money. You genuinely love it.
And I ain't never had no hit records, bro. I had hit records with other people, but as far as myself, a record that I'm running around state to state, city to city performing, I ain't never had that. So I'm in the studio every day shooting jumpers to try to get that hit record that take me worldwide, nationally known. You get what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
no hood classic. Like, I got 1,000,001 of those bitches. Like, I'm so tired of impressing the damn hood. It's like to the point where a nigga need to get on that billboard and shit, man.
Yeah. But it's cool
That's
though.
when the whole world gonna respect Detroit sound, man. When a nigga do some shit like that and get on the billboard and stay.
Mm-hmm. Um, it's interesting though. Like, I guess, you know what? I think it's similar to the DMV, like how we treat music here in DC, Maryland area. Like,
Uh-huh.
we separate Wale and a couple of other people from this area from what we consider like the DMV sound and somebody getting on.
Right.
Um, would y'all separate? Do y'all consider yourselves like, all right, it's us, and not saying it's versus Eminem or Big Sean, but that's a whole different ball game type of thing?
Big Sean, our nigga. I mean, Big Sean is our people. Eminem, our people. It's just like this whole shit that y'all hearing now is the same people who was grinding and being like blocked out from the industry for the past couple years, and they never gave up or threw the towel in and said fuck this shit because they ain't feeling it. We just stuck with it until they felt it. Like, we just ain't get discouraged.
Yeah,
So what you hearing now is just a bunch of young people who saw the vision and just we just proved the doubters wrong, man. It ain't even like we did this shit with no plan or nothing. It's just we didn't stop working. That's all we did. That's all we did differently, dog. When nobody was fucking with it, we just tried something new. We didn't go use no Atlanta beats, or we ain't try to sound like Atlanta niggas, or we ain't try to sound like St. Louis niggas or Texas niggas. We just kept our same tempo and tried different ways with it, and it clicked. You get what I'm saying?
that shit worked.
It's just a big thing, man. Detroit music is so real. The world need to know that, like, how real Detroit music is. If a nigga ain't doing that shit, he really ain't got shit to rap about. Like, niggas will get to the studio and literally fuck off a whole session because we been in the studio all week. We didn't really got shit to rap about. We rapped it all.
Hmm.
Now we gotta go do something. Then when we done doing what we gonna do, then we can rap about this shit.
It's
It's a
some real
real
life.
world, dog. Like, I wish we had like big ass how they got Def Jam and Atlantic in Atlanta. I wish we had at least a office or two that people can go to in Detroit, like a big ass market office. Like, when people know, let me stand outside this bitch. and hope I see somebody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's much harder in Detroit, dog. Niggas got really get that shit how they live. Like if you ain't popping, you just ain't popping.
Hmm.
What up, Vezo? What up, baby? I'm on this interview on the Zoom interview. I was just telling him I'm about to call you. I'm almost done. I'm about to call you right back. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, yeah. Because I've been thinking about the Detroit market. I'm like, damn, like you right. Like, there's no building. Like, what building do y'all have?
It ain't, bro. It ain't been since the 80s, man. Since Motown left, it really ain't been no market for music here. So it's been like a task getting that shit, like, man, bro, that shit we got going on with Future and shit, like, that ain't no overnight shit. That shit we've been working on for years, man. Like, that's years of communicating it and resource. You get what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
just happened at a perfect time. But that shit ain't happened overnight. It took a long time for us to get that music down there to let them boys hear that shit.
But it's beauty in that struggle, though, for sure.
Yeah, fuck yeah, because I really don't even like the rest of that shit. Like, I don't like that. The rest of that shit be seeming like too acted out, too play. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This shit down here raw. You gotta really know how to do something down this bitch to get somewhere.
Mm. And it's showing. Like I see it. Even I think you just previewed a new song on your IG, and I'm like, oh, this fire. Like that shit was hard.
Goated, yeah, that probably was goated. Yeah, I'm gonna got a video coming soon to that shit. That's number 3 on my new CD I got coming out. This new CD a vibe though, all the way first song to the end. I got Currency on that motherfucker, Peasy, Vezo, Babyface, Ray Beans. I usually don't have a lot of niggas on my CDs. This time, all them niggas got me always had me on their CDs. So I was like, fuck, it's time for me to use my muscle.
Mm. That shit gonna be fire. And if I'm not mistaken, Call Me GT comes out on the 12th, right?
Yep. March 12th.
That shit. Waiting for that.
Appreciate you, bro.
Well, shit. That's pretty much all I got for you. And I'm trying to
Appreciate
get
you for
this.
having me, man. Shout out to my guy Daily Rap Facts over there, man, with the real rap facts, man. We taking this shit over from the D to the DMV, man.
Yes, sir.
It's up, man.
Man, hey, can't wait to hear this album next week. That shit gonna be fire. I already know.
Appreciate you, bro.